What do you get when you cross the Apple AirPods with the Insta 360? Stay tuned. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Mosh Posh. I'm your boy Lenar, and today we'll be looking at AirPods and 360, a firmware update that was recently released over the weekend, 1.1.16, which now enables the Insta 360 to connect to your AirPods as audio microphone. So I ran some tests and we'll get to those in a little bit, but first I want to show you guys how to actually hook up your AirPods or actually your Bluetooth, because you can actually as I did in some of my tests, I was able to connect some just other random Bluetooth headphones that I have to the Insta 360 and use those, and just wanted to get an idea of what, each one would sound like. So let's get into how to connect your Apple AirPods to your 360 device. To enable the pairing mode, you press the little button on your AirPods and that will bring up the white lights that will glow. And then you hit the search button on the AirPods and it'll start to search. So it'll take a few seconds to find it. And then once you get it, you'll see your AirPods, whatever you call them, and you press that and it will start to connect. And that's pretty much it. And then you go back to the main menu and then you will see these little headphones that indicate that you are now connected to your AirPods. So I went out to the park near my neighborhood and just decided to get outside and see what it would sound like with ambient sounds, and what does the AirPods, if the noise cancellation would cancel out just the surrounding noises and stuff like that. So I did that with these, and I also did these with these hyphens that I have to see which one was better in sound quality. So let's take a look at some of the footage and we'll see what it sounds like. But this is what the camera sounds like on the Insta 360 as opposed to the AirPods. And also what I did was I wanted to try out to see if I turned off the camera and then turned it back on, would the AirPods connect to the camera automatically, and that's not the case. So I'm going to stop this and I'm going to turn the AirPods back on, and then you'll hear what it sounds like with the AirPods on. All right, so I switched back on to the AirPods, and unfortunately, if you disconnect the camera or do anything, stopping it or whatever the case is, you're going to have to go back into the settings menu and reconnect them and then just use them. And I believe that's just if you shut it off. If you have it on standby, it won't disconnect or anything. And yeah, so we got rid of the jacket. If you haven't yet checked out the video with the in-depth review of the Peter McKinnon and Nomadic backpack, which I'm out using today for the first time, I'll leave the link up in the top and you can check out that video. All right, so moving on. The next test I wanted to actually run was what I told you guys back in the studio about being able to connect another Bluetooth or any Bluetooth headpiece for that matter. So if you don't have AirPods, you can connect another Bluetooth headset, and I'm going to do that. I have another one. It's called a hyphen, so I'll be right back, and then you can go back and forth between what this sounds like and what the hyphen sounds like. All right, so I'll be back in a second. All right, so I'm back and I switched earpiece. I am now using these hyphens. I believe they were on Kickstarter or Indiegogo, one of those two, and I ordered them. And I just really wanted to see if there was a difference in the microphone quality between the AirPods and these, and just kind of how they fare out. Do they sound better? Should give you a good idea that there are some really good in-ear headphones that have some really good microphones on them. And I won't be able to hear this until I get back to the studio, but I wanted to see if these microphone-wise sound better than the AirPods.
in a kind of side-by-side test.
So while I was out, I also wanted to test one crucial feature is, does the audio and video stay synced for long periods of time? And unfortunately, it doesn't. After about a minute or two, you start to get drifting in the audio from the video, which leads it to, not being that great. Short bursts, 30-second, maybe just under a minute clip, they'll be synced up, but anything over a minute and a half or 2 minutes, you'll start to notice the drifting of audio from the video. It's something that could be fixed in a firmware down the line. Of course, this is something brand new that we just haven't seen in anything. And one of the final tests that I wanted to try out was wind noise. So got back home and I grabbed my skateboard and I headed out, and here's the video of.
So this is the first test. So we're just gonna ride around without any wind reduction, and we're just riding around, seeing how it is. I don't know if there's any wind, if there's any noise cancellation. So this is that test. I'm not going too fast, but it is windy.
So as you can hear, the noise cancellation from the Apple AirPods, it kind of helps a little bit, but I wanted to turn on the wind reduction in the 360 to see if you get more of, and this is what that sounds like.
All right, so we enabled the wind reduction, and just to see if it works with the AirPods. Does it make a difference? Does it work? Doesn't it not work? Just riding around again. My neighborhood. Another big house going up. And just riding around. Just get a little speed.
So as you can hear, not too much of a difference. It didn't seem like it mattered any that the wind reduction was on and the AirPods noise cancellation was doing anything else. It just kind of sounds the same. So I'm guessing that the wind reduction doesn't affect what goes on with the AirPods externally, and it's probably just something that's built in just for the microphone that's built inside of the 360. So that's some of the features that I wanted to share with you guys. I hope it was informative for you, and you are updating your cameras to try it out for yourself. If you like the content, hit subscribe. Don't forget to share and like, and I will catch you guys on the next go around. All right, it's the Mosh Posh, Lennar. Peace.